On display, featuring the Boston Celtics. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. With Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge is with us as well. Coming in off the road, the 76ers are back in Philadelphia for this game.
And they can put themselves into a great position in the season series by winning tonight. They've won the first one, 2 to go after this, so they'd be assured of at least a split.
Well, and when you've already gotten that first win, it makes you feel like you're on the attack going into the second one.
Oh, clever pass there from Maxey. So good at finding his teammates.
This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team. Shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time.
Now here's Porzingis. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Here's Tatum. 6 on the shot clock. Puts one up from 19. Count that one.
How about the attitude Tatum has? I mean, if he has room to shoot, he is going to let it fly.
Outside, Maxey. To the middle. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
And just fast off the floor to challenge shots. Porzingis, this helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
Here's Bailey. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Now here's Porzingis. Outside Tatum. Lets it go with the 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Maxey with it. Hard covering. Down low. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Tatum. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And here's Porzingis for a 3. Connects from three-point range. Porzingis has got 5 now.
Come on, players as tall as Porzingis, they aren't supposed to shoot it like that.
All right, now let's find out what head coach Nick Nurse had to say to David Aldridge. David.
Now, we talked about Jrue Holiday and how he plans to stop him from being a factor out there. Coach said it won't be easy. He told me Holiday is a gifted two-way guy, but I think we can trip him up by staying on him on all times, by staying aggressive. So that direct approach is what they hope throws Holiday off his game. Guys?
Thank you, David.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking. I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Now here's Tatum. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. Here's Bridges, and laid in to finish the break.
And there you see the basketball IQ Bridges has. Natural court sense. He knows exactly where to be.
Pass to Tatum. Three-pointer. Boozer with the rebound.
Well, that's why he's out there using his size in the paint.
Bridges with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. Here's Bona. Porzingis with the block.
Yeah, it's not easy to keep a shot out of Porzingis' reach. He has such long arms.
Got a piece of it. And Bridges with a clear path to the basket. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
Here's Tatum. Hart, wide open. He fires. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Bridges with the steal. Here's Maxey. Nothing on the board. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Philadelphia?
Well, you know, the analytics guys would tell you a team shouldn't be taking this many mid-range shots, but clearly they're shooting them with confidence.
And another thing, guys, they've been very active tonight, frequently creating scoring opportunities off turnovers.
Pritchard gets the bucket.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Drummond the screen. Maxey with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. Bridges attacking. Christian Wood grabs the rebound. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Three-pointer, Hield. Can't get the put there. And it's Maxey with the ball for the 76ers. Floats one up. Here's McCain. It's good from long range.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Pritchard. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game. Pass to Wood. Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, this is what you love to see. Porzingis attack the rim.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He wants to talk to his guys. The 76ers lead. Pass to Melton. Here's Boozer. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
And what a powerful player Wiggins can be. Dunks like this remind you of that elite level athleticism.
Out to the right wing. Takes a three. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Stan, as you know, in past years, Peyton Pritchard had always wanted a starting role. Now, more opportunity, and he has responded.
Yeah, Kevin, he's very competitive and certainly deserving of rotation minutes. He is just now entering his prime.
Three-pointer. Boozer with the rebound. The 76ers leading by 5. High post try. Again, Philadelphia.
Yeah, a big part of this run here has been their ability to score from mid-range.
.133 left in the first quarter of the game. Back to Hield from downtown. Rebound Andre Drummond. Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 17-7 run. Here's Boozer in the post. Good D by Wood.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
And stolen by Drummond. Wiggins outside to the inside. And the dunk by Boozer.
And when Wiggins moves the rock, it's a huge plus for the offense.
Inside. Post. Lays it up off the glass.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Here's Melton. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Healed outside. To the paint. Stolen by Boozer. And here comes the break. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Once Drummond gets the ball there, you can kiss it goodbye.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Post. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
Pass to McCain. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Wiggins. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
He gets it up. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Philadelphia ahead by 9 as the quarter comes.
The Celtics 16.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, what's your take on the 76ers so far?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Well, their defense was incredible. Wreaking havoc and coming up with steals left and right. Just a tremendous effort.
And that one is stuffed right through.
Well, if you're going to let him get that close to the rim, that's what's going to happen. Leaving no room for error with the slam.
Pass to White. Back to Tatum. Goes up on the high post. Rebound Andre Drummond.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
The kick out to Tatum. We've got some talented defensive big men in the league today, Coach. But in your opinion, who would you say is the best rim protector?
Well, Kevin, I would have said Rudy Gobert because people didn't even want to go to the rim and challenge him. Right. Anthony Davis is great. But I'm telling you, the young guy, Victor Wembanyama, I think is the best we've got now.
Isn't he something else, Stan? We've never seen anything like him.
We never have, and I'm not sure we ever will again.
And here is Tatum. Over Maxey. Andre Drummond grabs the miss.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you win and lose as a team, so the fact that they're trailing isn't all on him. But with that said, he's had a rough shooting.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Hart. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Philadelphia moving the ball around.
Well, Tatum has some length on him. That really helps him be so effective on defense.
Just to Porzingis. Now Tatum. He's covered by Maxey. Just 5 on the clock. It's Drummond with the rebound.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
Maxey looking it over. Driving inside. That shot no good. Great D that time from Tatum. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Well, you know, White is quietly one of the league's most effective finishers on the drive.
Celtics making a switch here. And that one falls for White. And the conversation for Porzingis, coach, tends to always come back to health. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said we can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger. Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, DA, for sure. Bridges. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here.
Substitution on the court.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. There's the pick. Here's Maxey. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Maxey's got the lead up to 11 now for Philadelphia. The Celtics on offense. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Pritchard gets the bucket.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Bridges, no one around him. No good with the triple.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight.
And the mobility of Wood on full display. An absolute terror in transition if he gets going downhill.
Ball stolen. No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. A three-pointer is right on target. Maxey's got 8 points.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Here's Pritchard. Pass to Queta. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
Boston making a switch here. The 76ers leading by 10. The kick out to Boozer. Plays it up and banks it in. 8 points for him.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Pritchard. He has 5. Boston again missing. Here's McCain. Healed with it. Still without a basket. Pass to Pritchard. Here's Queta. Here's Pritchard. 4 on the clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Hield can't hit.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Here's Maxey. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Celtics trail by 12. Here's Pritchard. Hayden's shot is off. Here's McCain. Pass to Wiggins. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Making his size a factor. Wiggins does work in the paint.
To the middle. Here's Keita. There's 1:38 left in the first half. Hield from outside. Inside. Here's Pritchard. He has 5. Does not score with that shot. It's his second miss against 2 made shots. And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's ready to talk things through with the team. The 76ers leading by 14. Melton feeling it out a bit. Pass to McCain. Here's Wiggins. White covering. They get a hand on it. 55 seconds left in the first half. Count it. Good. White's got 5 points now in the quarter.
I like that from White. Attacking the heart of that defense.
Now Holiday. He has yet to score. Here's Porzingis. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Porzingis does a nice job of getting the defense off balance and drawing the foul on his way up.
Timeout called the Celtics. And both free throws good for Porzingis.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Takes it inside. Gets it to go. That one good for Melton. Melton's got his first points of the night.
That's an excellent bucket there. Not an easy one. That took some creativity.
Pass to Cada. The wide open look here for Porzingis. And another miss by Boston. Screen by Boozer. Here's McCain. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so we wrap up the first half. 76ers ahead. They lead by 12. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Here's Bailey. Pass to Boozer. And stolen by Tatum. And here we go. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Now here's Porzingis. Charity stripe shot. He gets it in there. Tatum's got his third basket of the night.
Well, you know, there's still some value in the mid-range jumper, especially when it's Jason Tatum taking the shot.
Out to Bridges. Screen by Boozer. High post shot. They get the rebound. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Boozer's got 10 points in the game.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's Holiday. Pass to Porzingis. And now Philadelphia on the break. And that one's good. Maxey. Maxey's got the lead up to 14 now for Philadelphia. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Bailey. 6 points for him. Out to Bridges. There's the three. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Here's Tatum. A second chance effort. No good. Shot missing. Bridges with some nice defense. The 76ers leading by 14. Off target from outside. Outside Tatum. Back to Holiday. The Celtics working the ball around now. Right side Tatum. The kick out to Holiday. Shot clock at 5. Outside White. Unloads. Got a piece of it. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's foul number 2 for him. You know, Stan, we hear all the time about after timeout plays. About how many of those do teams really have at their disposal?
Well, you certainly have to have a few, Kevin. Coaches vary in their philosophy. Some coaches will draw them up on the fly. I was one, like a lot of guys, who wanted to have things that we've worked on that then we could go to. But that just depends on who you've got, how smart your guys are, how quickly they pick things up.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Here's Bailey. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim. Bridges with the steal.
And still early in the period, and they're only one foul away from being over the limit.
Philadelphia shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. Free throw good, Maxey. Left side, Boozer. Here's Bailey with the drive. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that one.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Well, there's plenty of scorers on the Celtics, but Jason Tatum says, I'm going to get my shots. It's just about trusting the process. From experience, I understand that I'm good enough that I can relax and defer a little bit. Then in the fourth, I can score 20 in the quarter. Kevin, it sounds like he's figured it all out.
Thank you so much. You know, he can take over at any time, and it's fun to watch. TA, we thank you for that. First one falls for him. Maxey hits them both. Hey, Coach Van Gundy, what advice would you give to the teams that are rebuilding around their young players?
Well, generally, Kevin, what I would say is get some veteran leadership, some veteran presence on your team also, so that you have guys that can show the young guys what professionalism is and help them in their adjustment to the NBA.
Yeah, getting the right kind of veteran, right, with the right kind of message.
That's a great point. Just having an older guy is not the answer.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
That's his second.
And give credit to Maxey for just being aggressive inside, earning that whistle in the process.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And Boston has possession. They trail by 18. Tatum with it. Bridges covering. Here's Hart. Boston again missing.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Sixers ball. Substitution on the court.
Here's Bailey. 8 points for him. To the wing right side. It's blocked. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Here's Wood. The shot from the low post is good.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Here's Bailey. And there's the drive.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Harrelson. Oh, the jam by Wood.
That is not possible. What we just... is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. Pass to Bailey. Drummond a screen. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk. Here's Keita. Now Wood. Back to Hart. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Bridges. Here's the 3. Hart, no good.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. And that's how he makes his presence felt.
And Greg, we see him do it time and again. He is a special, special talent.
Yeah, the defender all over.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Well, the mid-range has been open for them, so you've got to take what the defense gives, and that's been a great attack in this situation.
And we also got to talk about the damage they've done inside. The opposition having a hard time keeping that ball out of the paint.
That's good as he hits both of his shots. And here's Melton. Pass to Drummond. Porzingis with the steal. Here's Harrelson. And here's White. Wood with it. And it's Bona with the rebound.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
Celtics trailed by 18. To the inside. Now the 76ers on the break. And Wiggins throws it down hard.
And with that height and incredible leaping ability, Wiggins can throw it down as easy as anyone. And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
The Celtics have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5.
And take a look back at last season, and what a season it was for them from the free throw line. 82% as a group.
Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, look, I loved being around the game, and so two things happened that drove me into coaching. Number one, I loved baseball, and I couldn't hit one, so that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way, so if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps. Terrific score. Out left to the wing. Outside, Porzingis. Six to shoot. Goes up on the wing. Pass to Harrelson. Launches a three. It's Drummond with the rebound.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And Derek White picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. For Philadelphia, they have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them.
I think of Andre Drummond as a big man's big man. He's a steadfast presence in the paint who really focuses on owning the backboard and attacking the rim.
And here's the fast break. Rips down the breakaway slam.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
The three from Tatum. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Philadelphia riding up.
The Celtics, 46.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Boston. The NBA has always been a star-driven league, Greg, and that's reflected in team strategies now more than ever before.
It is. All over the league, teams now building their systems around their stars, surrounding them with complementary players and running the offense through them as much as possible.
Maxey with it. Pass to Boozer. Now here's Tatum. It's Drummond with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Maxey on the wing. Count it.
And one of the many ways Maxey could hurt you with his shooting, lightning fast on that release.
Here's Tatum. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, you have to give him a lot of credit here. He's turned things around after a disappointing first half.
And Buddy Hield is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Maxey on the wing. Bridges outside. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And the technical free throw is good. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Here's Holiday. And Holiday throws it down.
And great awareness and defensive pressure from White to force that turnover and get them that fast break chance.
Here's Bridges. Rebounded by Hart.
Well, with this team leading, he might just want to put that one in his pocket next time.
Jason Tatum. That's his second personal foul.
And that one falls for Bridges. Stan, you always emphasize defense. What do you make of the offensive surge in the NBA today?
Well, Kevin, look, skill level is the best it's ever been. Shooting range is incredible, which makes defenses have to defend more and more of the court. Rules and officiating favor the offense. It's never been harder to defend in the NBA.
It sure looks that way. You're right. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. The 76ers leading by 18. Bridges, right side. Drops in the tray.
And from long range, Bridges getting more and more comfortable taking and making his share of threes.
Tatum wide open. He fires one. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time. You know, that's a pass he's got to catch. Maybe just starting to relax a little too much with that lead.
And the shot goes down.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Here's Maxey. The rebound by the Celtics. And stolen by Drummond. Down low. And that one's good. Maxey. And that's now 21 points for Tyrese Maxey.
Offensively, Maxey can be such a problem. He attacks you with that relentless energy.
Outside Tatum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Yeah, a lot of strength and power in that Tatum slam.
The 76ers leading by 15. Left side Boozer. Back to Maxey. Porzingis with the steal. Holiday with it. Maxey covering. And it's White missing. Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fellas.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring option.
The 76ers making a switch here. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, he's called the unicorn for a reason. Porzingis doing unicorn-type things tonight.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Holiday. Outside Porzingis. Hart has it in the corner. Off target with his three. The 76ers leading by 17. Fires for three. Offensive rebound.
Well, he had 6 points from beyond the arc in the first half, but yet to get it going here in the second.
The Celtics call time.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
Yeah, it's basically a layup line. You're not going to win many games if you can't offer more resistance than that.
The Celtics call time. You have to like what we're seeing from Tyrese Maxey.
He continues to burn them with his scoring. The coaching staff's going to have to come up with a different approach defensively.
Here's Tatum. The flush by Tatum.
Yeah, no question Tatum can take over a game at a moment's notice.
And the foul on Drew Holiday.
Side out.
And that'll be his third foul so far.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Here's Bailey. In the corner, it's Bridges. To the paint. Here's Maxey.
Well, what you love about Holiday defensively, he's great on the ball and in help.
That's to Porzingis. Tyrese Maxey grabs the miss. Philadelphia leading by 15. Bridges for three. Good on the three-point shot. Bridges got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for Philadelphia. Outside Holiday. That's to Porzingis. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Porzingis has got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, he's been able to find points, just not enough of them. They've got to string together some more buckets. Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
And here's Tatum for three.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Pass to Bailey. There's the triple. And Boston with the rebound. Now Holiday out to the right wing. And here's Porzingis for a three. Miss number 4 for him from the floor. 7 for 11 field goal attempts. Back to Bridges. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on Porzingis.
And Bridges is a crafty player. Knows how to draw whistles and get to that line.
Both free throws good from Bridges. Celtics trail by 18.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Tatum to the inside. The three from Porzingis. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
Well, hey, you set Porzingis up and he'll knock him down. Terrific off the catch.
To the wing on the left. Here's Bailey. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws. He's off on the first.
At the line for 2, Bailey.
Good on the second free throw. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Boston. They trail by 16. Inside, Queta. Edge Bona with the rebound. Here's Bailey. Maxey on the wing. Pass to Boozer. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Clock at 6. Shoots from the line. Another shot. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the 76ers.
They made more foul shots, and that was the difference.
That was a big advantage. The other team was defending with their hands instead of moving their feet, and they handed them a lot of easy points at the line.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for Tyrese Maxey.
Well, just a fantastic job of distributing the ball. When you're able to see the floor like that and take advantage of what the defense gives you, it's huge.
Here's Tatum, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Here's Bailey, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Jason Tatum.
Personal foul.
He misses the free throw.
At the line for your Sixers, Bailey.
And he's good on the second. .27 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Pass to Queta. Left side, Porzingis. The kick out to Holiday. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
Selected.